Big thanks to Armani for collecting all the data from Malaysia.
Hi guys, Nicholas here from the Southern Islands, and we are back this time with the best Pokemon cards of 2023. Hey,
2023.
what a season we've had. I think this year with the world back to normal, I think we've got like tournaments happening more often.
Yep.
In fact, we've got like multiple regional leagues that's starting this season, right?
Yep.
A lot. Like I heard some places may even have three, maybe. We don't know.
Three. Wow.
I don't know. I'm hoping for like a lot more organized play for us lah.
For sure, and I think even stepping aside from like the official tournaments, we've been seeing a lot more unofficial like leagues and tournaments started up. You know, GSP is one of them.
GSP.
But you know, shout out to Agora as well for doing the cash prize. Cash prize. I think they had a tournament 2-3 months ago.
Correct.
And I know Battle Coliseum is coming up as well.
Big prizes
Big
there.
money.
Whoa, $1,000 for number one. I think. I don't think Pokemon in Singapore has had such
a large prize pool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We've had. I think Tong Li's one at Agora was probably the largest so far. I think about like 500. I think it was for the first place. For us GSP, I think the first place, the biggest cash out was what 200 plus as well.
Correct.
Yeah, so
all was crowdfunded, and this
correct.
one I think coming to our scene, giving such a big prize. I think that's what the community wants to see as well.
Definitely. So it's a lot of things definitely happening in the Pokemon community, and we've also seen a large growth as well within the community. So that's personally very, very, very exciting.
Yeah, especially for a certain Bryan Quah here who got the number 2 in the last Singapore regional. How was your season? We talk about the ending to the past season because it's this year, and then the start of coming up to now.
Yeah, so I think things really kicked out. Well, come April?
Yeah.
April this year. After my favorite deck, of course, rotated out. Right, I was lost for a couple months trying to figure out what to play. Right, but I think moving forward, right, it's like okay, you know what? If I can't play item lock anymore, and all the other variations for item lock didn't seem to work, right? Yeah. So then I decided to play a bit more meta and serious decks.
So be a meta slave lah.
Yes, unfortunately, had to be a meta slave, but I got lucky as well, right? During regionals, I think luck was definitely a huge factor. Luck is a skill. Luck is definitely a skill.
That's true.
But on top of that, I think thanks to everyone's help, right? It's definitely it was a team effort. It was a group effort rather. For everyone, who's building the deck with me, was helping me, train up for regionals as well. So huge shout out to everyone. And it's thanks to the community.
That's why he's the Pokemon ambassador of Singapore. So let's dive straight into the best Pokemon cards of 2023. So as per last year, I asked players from Singapore, Malaysia, and the Philippines what are their top favorite Pokemon cards, supporter cards, items/tools, so they're in one category, and stadiums. So they rank each from 1 to 5, and then they each rank will get points. So if you rank number 1 will get 5 points, number 2 4 points, 3 2 1. Then I tally up all the results to see who is number 1 to 5 from each one. So last year we were a bit more advanced. Like I think we were just doing 1 to 10, but but from 5 to 10 I noticed like last year the points difference not so high and some are very low. So we'll focus more on 5 to 1 this time. But awesome. I will mention a little bit on like what cards were voted on.
Yeah.
Right?
Cool.
So okay, we'll start with the stadium cards. So there are not many big stadiums to be honest. So a lot of the votes are very tight. As in like we've got the same few cards that were number 1. So number 1 is very clear cut lah. But the cards that did not make top 5, we've got Beach Court. That was very
Beach
close.
Court didn't make top 5.
Beach Court was very close to making top 5.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think if we had a top 6, it's very close. I think I'm only like 5 points away.
Wow, that's really close.
Correct. So just missing like maybe one top vote.
Yeah. But Beach Court. I mean, we saw Beach Court in what Lost Box X.
Yeah.
Miraidon as well.
We've seen it phased out of Lost Box, but it's making a prominent place in Miraidon decks, right? Like
for easier pivots. Yeah. Fair enough.
Then we also some other cards that were voted. Temple of Sinnoh. I think that one like really fell off the latter part of the season when Lugia disappeared as well.
Yeah.
No point playing that.
Definitely.
I was surprised for some votes for Pokemon League Headquarters.
I love that card, man.
Yeah, there were a few votes, not high enough to make the ranking, of course, but I'm very surprised to see that.
Yeah.
And some town stores. So town stores my favorite now.
Okay.
There's a new player. I think town store really helps with the
Departmental store feel.
yeah the just go Aeon. So it helps you find the tool cards you need. And I think for Mew it has lots of tool cards that you, especially Forward Sealstone, you want that on turn 1.
Yeah.
And then later on, like depending on your meta, you may want to have a Justified Gloves, for example. So this or Choice Bell or the Box of Disaster. So my favorite card, my favorite stadium.
Fair enough.
But according to our fans in all 3 countries, the number 5
Drum roll.
number 5 most voted stadium is
Lost City.
Oh, okay, Lost City. This is another card that I feel has its ups and downs. Like there's a point where it's so popular and then it just disappears, fades away, then it's back and gone. I think now we are back into like not many people are playing Lost City.
Except for Zard.
Yeah,
Zard's playing a lot of Lost City.
They're using that as a way to like get rid of like fighting against Gardevoir, for example. Yeah, that trust, but it keeps coming back, right?
Correct.
So
And even Lost Box decks as well, right?
yeah.
So I find this card pretty funny, right? Because I think when the designers of the game were designing this card, they're like, this card is meant to help Lost Box decks, right?
Yeah.
But the funny thing is now being used to counter the very deck that's supposed to be have the built-in synergy for.
Correct.
Right.
Punishing Lost Box players who play like a single Lost Sableye, for example.
Yeah.
Or getting rid of their Radiant Greninja or Radiant Charizard.
Or sometimes Lost players, they have no choice, they have to throw away one Sableye first.
Yeah.
Well, too bad for you, because you have Lost City getting a second Sableye in the last zone as well.
Yeah, so it's a very sad card. Like if you're playing Lost Box, and you're gonna see this card drop down. But even then, also I noticed that most decks only play like maybe 1 or 2 at most. Not like before. Like I remember when Drapion V was very popular and new VMAX again. So I keep using VMAX as an example, guys. Playing like at least 2 or 3 so that when you see the Drapion, you get rid of that card immediately.
For sure.
That was the tail end of last season though.
Yeah,
then now
it
we
was.
see like the stadium like Lost City counts have dropped significantly but again it's still around.
And it's definitely made an impact in 2023, right? Because we're not talking about just the season.
Correct. You need to think about the
whole
of
2023,
the
right?
think about Worlds as well.
Correct. So definitely Lost City, really good card, and I think deserves the 5th place.
Yeah, but I like number 4 a little bit better, and I think it only won by a few votes, but I think 4 and 5 maybe are interchangeable. So number 4 we have Collapse Stadium. Wow, nice full art, eh?
Collapse Stadium.
The card that people use to get rid of their damaged big guys.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a lot of play with in Lugia. We see a lot of play now in Charizard as well. I was actually experimenting Collapse Stadium with Miraidon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bravery Charm, and then you can collapse it away with the Bravery Charm. You get rid of 2 prizes, which the Lost Dogs player would have been like, 2 prizes, right? Or in the mirror matchup, it's actually super detrimental for the opponent as well.
So this card, like at first glance, when it first came out, you would think, oh, okay, you're restricting your opponent's bench. But now people are using it more as a way to heal and prevent your opponent from taking a big 2 prizer or previously 3 prizer.
Yeah. And I think Collapse is actually a lot more flexible of a card that a lot of the players worldwide have to take a note of and started utilizing as well. Yeah. So Lost Collapse Stadium. Yeah,
you can like more freely play your Luminions, your Squawkabillies, and then just get rid of it later.
Yeah.
Gardevoir even plays one as well, right? To help
to get rid of the Gardevoir as well.
The damage to charge up instead. Yeah. So I like Collapse Stadium. Let's go into number 3, which I think has exploded in popularity. This is Pokestop.
Oh my god, Pokestop when it was first released, I think they saw no play.
Yeah, right? It was like, what kind of crap card
Zero
is this?
play.
I think everyone unanimously thought that this card was crap.
Yeah. And then someone decided to put it in Lost Box.
And it was over.
And it's just everywhere. We've seen it in Lost Box, we've seen it in Champao, especially the turbo variants, right? The variants where they're like, look, we're playing like shit ton of items. I don't mind, risking 1 or 2 supporters or maybe energy card. And I get all my items.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you play Pokestop, it's draw 3.
Yes, it feels that way. Yeah. And then, like for me now, if you are building a deck that utilizes Cost Switcher, it seems that Pokestop becomes an auto include, like nearly an auto include in that.
Kind of, yeah. I would say that. Either that or just Champao right now, right?
Yeah.
Champao. Okay, we've seen a decline in Champao players, and Champao decks overall, but Champao just. It makes sense. You want to get your energies in your discard pile. You want to get your items out.
Yeah.
You want to thin out your deck as fast as you can. Pokestops for you.
Shout out to Joel, Funny Gold Man. You also want to play Pokestop there as well.
Exactly. Funny Gold Man.
Discarding your superior energy retrieval, getting it back. Then all your energies just jump at the hand using superior energy retrieval.
Exactly.
Fantastic combo. I love Pokestop. I expect to be around for quite some time since it's a regulation F card.
Yep. So we've got another about 2 years on the card.
And I think we have another regulation F card coming up after this. And number 2,
we have.
Oh, sorry, regulation
G. This card is gonna be around for
a very long time.
Artisan.
Love Artisan. I think when Pokemon started pivoting back to evolutions, this card was sorely needed.
Yes.
Like, although now we're seeing how Roaring Moon and Iron Valen are coming back, I don't know what I don't know. They're trying to have this like fine balance between normal evolutions and EXs, or I don't know. But back to this card again. Fantastic consistency card for a lot of evolution decks. Charizard needs it. Gardevoir early on it played a lot of this card and like kind of not really played it as well.
I think I've seen some Guardian decks that have a one-off. Artisan as well. I know Lost Box also still likes it as well.
And if Lost Box doesn't play and it sees their opponent play, they'll be so happy to find they're comfy.
Exactly. So Artisan overall is such a good card. I think we're definitely gonna be seeing it in the future.
Yeah.
Whilst it's still in rotation.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to see play of it.
So sure. I should buy 4 full art Artisans, right?
Yes, you should.
I'm never going to do that, so it's fine. You have 4 full art ones, right?
No, I'm missing a few.
Okay, want to buy right here. Okay, Jumbo for number 1. Okay.
So number 1, before we review number 1, if you guys haven't figured it out yet,
I think it's quite clear since we didn't mention it, and it's a stadium that nearly every deck either wants to play it, will face against it. It is the number 1 most popular stadium for 2 years in a row. Path to the Peak.
But it's rotating.
Rotating. Okay, my guess is that Path will come back in some way.
I mean, we've seen a soft version of Path, right? In Miss Magius.
Yeah, correct.
No, not Miss Magius. Fluttermane. In SVO5.
Yeah, but then like Pokemon wise, there will always be something that could like remember Galarian Weezing before this.
True.
Yeah, so there'll always be a Pokemon, but I feel that a stadium version will always exist. So before Path we had like Silent Lab, like cards like that always turn off abilities. So I'm sure a card like this will return somehow. I won't even be surprised if they reprint this with a different letter, just to make it easier. But I think they won't. I think they need to match whatever game is coming up now. Like coming up now is the
Scarlet Violet
expansion, right? So I think they need to replace it with something related to that.
It's such a beautiful card as well. I think both the effect as well as the art is one of my favorite cards, and I love disrupting players, right? So Path to the Peak to me is a card that was if I could fit it in a deck, I would put it in a deck.
Yeah,
it's that simple.
It's a must. It's nearly a must. I think like buying that one turn of disruption like means a lot in Pokemon.
Correct. I think and the thing about stadiums is that oftentimes it stays.
Yes, correct.
Right, so it's not one turn of disruption. It's often multiple turns of disruption if your opponent's not able to get rid of it right there and then, right? With their own stadium or lost vacuum.
Think about turn one drop. So many decks would die to a turn 1 drop Path.
Miraidon will die.
Yep.
Champa will die. Mew will die. It's all these decks which heavily rely on the abilities. Finally, like the decks which don't, right? They finally have some form of counterplay with the Path to the Peak. So it's unfortunate we're gonna see this card rotate.
But I'm praying and hoping that we get a replacement. But just imagine a format now with no Path.
Oh my god!
I think we're gonna expect no Path for at least 2 sets, maybe. For example, imagine a deck where every ability you can run.
Just play Zard.
Yeah, just play Zard.
Because
Zard Pidgeot is going to be godlike after this.
Yeah,
without
Path, there's nothing stopping that, right? Okay, fine. Fluttermane. But Fluttermane stops only your active, right?
Right, so if you play Escape Rope, then you're free to go.
No. As in, like, Fluttermane stops the active, your opponent's active Pokemon.
But must it be active?
No, it doesn't have to be.
Oh, okay. But that's fine.
It stops Charizard. It stops Charizard, but it doesn't stop Pidgeot.
But I mean, you just charge the Charizard at the back and go out.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so this really doesn't stop it as
well. So
it's a bit nonsense.
It's BS.
Alright, so that's the top 5 stadiums. I was surprised that Path 2 years in a row. Path is just such a strong stadium card.
It's been monumental, I think, in the format.
But for our next category though, we are gonna have a different winner.
Ooh.
Yeah, so let's go to the next category. It's gonna be item cards. So before we check what's number 5, item cards is quite. The opinion for item cards is that Pokemon very varied. Some that have close to top 5, but like just like narrowly missed out. Mirage Gate missed out by 1 point.
Oh
Mirage Gate.
man.
We also have a Lost Vacuum missed out by just let me see, 6 points. Yeah, 6 points. And also tied with Lost Vacuum, basically got 6 points. Super Rod and Ultra Ball.
The items are so hard to choose what's your favorite, right?
Yeah.
It's incredibly hard because there's just so many good items right now.
Correct.
And there's so many items that I personally want to be putting in every deck, right? But I'm pretty sure that some of my items are also inside the top 5. So that's what is.
Before we go into that, I just want to like make sure, like there's some people who actually voted for Ordinary Rod.
True, because it's still part of the format.
Yeah.
Year.
But would you play Ordinary Rod over Super Rod? It's like another, I just like the versatility of Super Rod over Ordinary Rod. Like
Ordinary Rod is 2
and 2, right?
2 and 2.
You can take 4, but
Yeah.
But in Super Rod's case, you can take like 3 of a certain card instead. Yeah, so there's that.
Could you take Ordinary Rod shuffle any Pokemon?
Right.
Including Evolution?
Yeah.
It could, is it? I can't remember.
Yeah, because we don't even see it anymore. We don't want to play Super Rod. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Right, let's go into number 5 of the item. So item/tool cards, it's both into one category. Let's see number 5. Whoa. Okay, so this is the most shocking thing.
The Golden Nugget.
Yeah, I'm so shocked that the Golden Nugget got into number 5. Really. Because to me, the only deck I see this card mostly is in Miraidon.
And Tinglu.
Who plays Tinglu? Really. Ask yourself, cross your heart, ask yourself, who plays Tinglu? Really, who plays Tinglu? Who's
Tinglu.
But yeah, I don't see this card application much outside of Miraidon. So there are that many Miraidon players, maybe in Malaysia. I have to check this data again, but I'm not really sure like which country voted the most with which. Looks like Malaysia though.
I think at one point as well, it was being experimented with Chimpao. Right, so I have to give credit where it is, or where credit is due, right? Because 50 HP on a Pokemon makes it chunky.
Yeah,
right?
you got basic Pokemon Vs. They have the HP of a V-Star.
Yeah, I think at one point as well, one of the Japanese players, and I think Yuki at one point as well was doing it. He was playing this with Sablezard.
Ooh.
I think he was just attaching it in the Sableye.
Yeah, it gives it a whoa.
It has a whopping HP of 130, right? Cramorant can't kill it. Sableye can't kill
A
it.
lot of things can't kill it.
You have to combustion blast it.
Oh my gosh, what a waste of an attack. But yeah. Maybe Charm is quite sick actually if you think about it, Lost Box.
Yeah, so I mean, it has its applications, and I'm not sure if I would put it in my personal top 5.
No.
But interesting that it made it to the top 5.
Okay, the next card I would definitely put in my top 5. Number 4 in the rank is Nesball. I was so happy when this card got reprinted.
Really? I miss Quick Ball, man.
No. I mean, okay, yeah, Quick Ball is a billion times better than Nesball.
Yeah.
It's a billion times, but at least I get to plug all my old Nesballs for my whole collection. That's one thing, good thing.
I miss Quick Ball. I really do, and I think Nesball is just inferior in almost every single way.
It is inferior, but I think they're probably trying to balance it out, right? Because Quick Ball, discarding that one card and then finding the card, putting it to your hand is billions better than forcing you to put it down on your bench.
That's true, but with Nesball's release, I think concurrently they released Squawkabilly, right? Which didn't require you to play it from your hand. It just needed to be on your bench, right? So I guess that's the balance, But man, Nesball to me will always be a subpar Quick Ball.
Not wrong. Okay, next card, number 3, is the new card on the block. Surprisingly jumped straight up to number 3. A lot of votes for this card. Counter Catcher. As a new player yourself, what do you think about Counter Catcher?
I love Counter Catcher, man.
Insane, right?
It's so good. It allows just so much room to play around with the card, right? Like you can be behind, it's fine. You're meant to be behind.
To play this card, right?
So in the past, before Counter Catcher and before all the now comeback mechanics that has been reintroduced into the game, I'm always like, shit, I'm behind the prizes, there's no way for me to catch up, But now I'm like, hey, yeah, I'm behind the prizes, that's fine. Right? I can play from behind. That's the whole point.
Yeah, I think Jeremy now getting very high.
Jeremy approved.
Yeah, Jeremy approved card. You can Roxanne, Iono, shuffle the opponent's deck, and then after that, you smash it with the Counter Catcher to take the game back.
Well, right now, you could Counter Catcher, drop the path, and then Roxanne or Iono
then you
point and laugh. He's stalling for time. And then because you're playing Lost Box, you just sail out the back line. And there's no way for the front guy to retreat. Whenever I'm able to pull that off, it just feels so chef's kiss.
This guy, really, really. The number 2 and number 1 cards aren't so surprising. I think anyone could guess what are number 2 and number 1 cards just from like looking at these few cards here. We go into number 2 first. My most favorite card ever, Battle VIP Pass, which is unfortunately rotating. It's the last time going to be in the list. Last year, this card was number 1.
Oh, dropped.
It dropped.
What was introduced that took over first place?
I think we can just straight go to number 1 here. Because Battle VIP Pass, there's nothing much to say. You have it in your hand, turn 1, just play it out, you win.
I mean, okay, look. I've heard 2 trains of thoughts with it.
I've heard, okay, you tell your
I've heard 2 trains of thoughts, right? People love it, right? Because it introduces a consistency element.
Yep.
Right? But, on the other hand, people hate it because they feel it's very high roll. Right? So if you get it the first turn 1, you're able to set up, you're fine for the rest of the game. Right? But if you don't have it, your deck can't function. Right? So I understand both trains of thoughts, and I know some people are very excited for it to rotate out. But what school of thought are you sitting on?
Okay, so I'm on a school of thought that if I have Battle VIP Pass in turn 1, right, I'm gonna tell people, oh no, my hand very bad. Oh no, then drop 2 Battle VIP Pass. I'm looking at you, Judge Ben. Nonsense. Oh, my hand so bad. Oh, look. Where's his hand got 2 Battle VIP Pass there? Or 1 Battle VIP Pass. Oh, my hand so bad, then dodge the Battle VIP Pass. Oh, my hand. I mean, that's school of thought.
So do you... so besides your angst on Ben, are you excited for it to rotate out and see how the format is going to change? Or are you sad?
I'm excited to see how, because you got to think about it, 4 new spaces. What would you put inside? Nest ball? Would you consider that thing that Lugia used to play? The thing you flip across?
Capturing Cologne.
Yeah, would you consider that in an evolution deck like Charizard? Who knows, But there's extra 4 spaces that you can play with. To be honest, I'd be very sad to see this card go. I really love this card. Because especially in a deck where the card is useful past first turn. For example, in VMAX, you got Cram. In like Lost Box, if you were to open it up,
you have easy choice.
Easy choice to throw. So I'll be sad when this card goes away.
True, fair enough.
I think anyone could guess number 1. We can just pause for a while. You know what's it? Okay, anyway, let's go. Number 1 card is...
Sorry, I thought you said
Let's go, number 1. Former Seal Stone. The number 1 king of consistency. If you have a Pokemon V, this card is a must.
Like decks that didn't have Pokemon V put Pidgeot in. Dude, this card freaking broke the game, okay?
Yeah,
it did. It's insane. They were like, oh, look, Arceus V-Star doing so well. Let's just...
Let's give it to everybody!
Let's tear the card in half, make it a 2, and let it...
You get Arceus. You get Arceus.
You get half an Arceus.
Half an Arceus. Everybody gets half an Arceus.
So, Forest Stone, I mean... It's such a good card, right? What people are thinking, so you put 1 Pokemon tool card and you increase you theoretically increase the other cards by 1 as well, right? No, it's more than that. Because the thing is that it's so flexible, right? I mean, I put Forest Stone, and Forest Stone, I'm a huge advocate for this card because I played it in my Tina deck for regionals, right? Yeah. And this card saved me 4 out of like 7 of the games on day 1. Right, I couldn't play, like, I drew Forest Stone for turn 1, but my hand couldn't be played, so I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to use Star Requiem in this game. Attach Forest Stone VIP Pass, right? Or, turn 2, I'm playing it, I have a kind of decent hand, but it would have been perfect if I have a Chorus.
Yep.
Oh wait, I have Forest Stone. Attach Forest Stone Chorus.
Then you can start moving again.
And then I can start moving again, exactly. Or, late game, I'm like, shit, I don't have energies. Doesn't matter, Forest Stone Super Rod is Forest Stone Mirage Gate. It's so flexible. And it just allows so many decks to run where they would have normally been stuck.
So, like, for example, even the recent Charizard builds with Rotom V, now Arven becomes so useful because Arven can find your turn 1 Forest Stone attached to the Rotom V.
Yeah. I mean, you play Arven, if you're starting second, you play Arven, you find your Forest Stone, you find a VIP Pass, and that's all the setup you need.
Correct.
Right? You don't even need to use Forest Stone that first turn. Because the next turn, if you, let's say you're missing a rare candy, or you're
Yeah.
missing a Pidgeot, or you're missing a Charizard, well, there you go. There's your Pidgeot, your rare Pidgeot done.
When this card came out, right, and I'm playing New VMAX, this was the godsend of life because this card is impervious, unaffected by Path to the Peak. So
Yeah.
a savior. I'll be sad when it goes away next format. And I'm
But we
hoping
still
that
get
we
to
get...
play around with it for 1 year.
Yeah, we do. I just hope that we get something along this line again. But this is the first time it's happened in the history of Pokemon. I don't think we'll get something as good as this, though I'm praying that we get something. Decks have never been as consistent as they are today, I feel.
Okay, well, that's news to me.
Yeah, I think like if, without cards like this, right, I think a BO1 format will be even more terrible than we are. Like we will be even more angry than we are right
Oppressed,
now.
innocent! Oppressed!
Hate this game, but we love it so much we still play. Let's go to supporter cards.
Supporters, first up we have...
Wait, before we go to that.
too
But
bad.
anyway, yeah, number
First
5.
up we have research.
Yes, versus research. I think the longest card in the format for like it's gonna be there for a billion years. I think
Dude, they just reprinted it. Gee, we're gonna have it for the next like
2,000 years. I think.
No, I think this card is a staple, right? This
Yeah, it's
card
gonna be here forever.
is gonna be
Like
here.
Ultra Ball.
And well, Ultra Ball has rotated before,
True.
right? I think the other comparison would be Boss's Soldiers.
Which is also another card that who knows could be in the top rank later. But close to Professor's research, right? I just want to mention cards like Roxanne, which is like 4 points away from taking this card.
Roxanne.
I love Roxanne. And Irida was also like kind of close but not really, 12 points away. So I think with Irida's popularity quite low, we can see that Chen Pao is not as popular as it was when it first came out.
Palkia decks as well. Palkia is almost synonymous with Irida.
Yes, correct.
Right, rule the region.
Rule the region.
Well, has been actually making some waves overseas.
I can't believe that I'm seeing Palkia with Ice Rider in December 2023. What's happening? I thought I woke up in a different year when I went to the shop and someone played with me Ice Rider Palkia.
This feels like what, Worlds 2032.
Yeah. That's the deck I brought to London and suffered miserably. Let's go to number 4. Number 4 is a card that you like, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, check it out. Homer's Experiment. Hey.
Not wrong, man. Not wrong at all.
I think it's a card that has, it's clear that it's for Lost Box, but we've seen so many other decks.
I was gonna say the exact same thing, you know.
Great minds think alike.
Exactly, you're able to see 5 and then choose between the 5, right? And I think the ability of seeing 5, right, is already significant.
Yeah.
Right? But then the second thing, which actually is interesting, is that it allows you to thin your deck out of 2 of the cards which you do not need at that point in time.
Yep,
Well,
yep.
hopefully.
Yep.
Right? Sometimes you have no choice. You throw away something which could have been useful later in the game.
Correct.
But I think Horus is still such a good card. You see 5.
Love it. Let's go into number 3.
Number 3 is...
Arven. I'm quite surprised to see this voted quite high. I think when Arven first was released, it wasn't that popular.
When Arven was first released, people did identify it as say that it's similar to Irida.
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Where Irida was already played very, very, very frequently. At that point in time when Arven was introduced, Irida was still very, very popular.
Yeah.
Right? And so people were saying you do not need to play Arven because we already have Irida.
correct.
And the water Pokemon most of the time is more useful than the tool.
Yeah, you want to find the Radiant Greninja, Excalibur.
Correct.
Example.
But I think this year, if you think about it, they introduced a lot of very useful tool cards.
Yep.
And most recently, they actually reintroduced TMs.
Yeah.
Right, and TMs are considered tool cards.
Correct.
So as more and more useful and powerful tools are being added into the game, this card's power is going to continue to rise.
I mean,
Right.
it's already at number 3. It already has a deck archetype named after it, Arven Charizard.
Yeah.
So this card, as you're saying, it could go even more insane next year. And we're going to see this card for 2 years.
Yeah, it is G format, and Arven I think has made its impact in the meta, right? People were initially I think experimenting with it with Miraidon.
Yep.
Right, it's still being played Miraidon.
Yeah.
It's being played of course freaking Charizard.
Correct.
Right, and honestly the cards are so flexible because you're able to tutor out a specific item plus a tool. Right, and it's gonna be relevant for the rest of the format. It's in rotation 4.
Okay. Number 2 and number 1, I think are quite safe lah. I think most people might already guess one number here. This I think it's your number 1, but it's finished at number 2. The Boss's Orders. Another card that we mentioned earlier. Just never gonna leave the format.
Yeah.
Such a strong card that will help you finish games. The card that will, like, when you top deck it, you just smile when you win the game. Top deck boss win.
Or, you know, you can also, if you're losing, you need to stall for time.
Yep, boss
You can
orders.
also gust something out. But I'm very curious to see how this card is going to be impacted with the introduction of Prime Catcher.
Ooh, yes.
Right? Or as old players like to call it, item version of Guzma.
Yeah.
Right? Item Guzma.
The one, it's an A-spec card that's coming out next year. The video will come out for next year. So once per deck card that you're allowed to gust one Pokemon up, and then you can switch as well.
For the newer players, it's basically cross switcher in one item, in one card.
In a card, yeah.
Right?
But will you even still play cross switcher at that point?
No, I mean cross switcher was rotated.
That's true.
So
Goodbye,
it's fine.
Switcher.
Yeah, goodbye cross switcher. You were fun. You were useful. I loved experimenting with you, but Prime Catcher, welcome you, baby.
I won't be surprised to see a card like cross switcher come back again though.
You
To
think?
be honest, I say like a card that needs 2 cards to work together. Like need 2 pieces.
Historically, has there been cards like
Yes,
that?
there's always been like a card that you need 2 pieces together. Even a card that you need 4 pieces together to get an effect. Can't remember what was it called again.
No, I know that
in
recent times there's a card where I think if you have 4 pieces of it, you can heal your Pokemon max HP.
Yeah, some nonsense like that. I remember the 2 pieces were puzzles of time before this as well. I think like 2 pieces they can do something. So I won't be surprised. But yeah, Boss's Orders, it's gonna be a 1-off, 2-off in like most decks. Sometimes I played the deck recently that we played 4 of this and I just love this so much.
I played 4 of it in my Lugia deck. It was,
Love it.
it's so good.
And now for my favorite card, the card that I would vote number 1. Let's go. This card is crazy.
Everybody simps for her.
It's like the perfect like mix of great effect and
Great art.
yeah.
And great person.
How you know she's a great person?
I don't know. I mean, like, okay, if this card's name was Larry. Actually, no, Larry's not a fan.
Yeah. It was Larry. I'll pay top dollar if this card was Larry. It would be funny as well.
Okay, let's say this card was number.
No, it won't be on. Yeah, you're right.
But you still have to play it because the effect is so bloody good.
Yeah. I'll still implement this version, this art. Then we're gonna get another art next year in the shiny set.
Yeah.
Wow.
Guardian Fates.
What a great card. They saw Marnie and they thought, okay, let's make a better Marnie. This is N plus Marnie.
In certain situations, Marnie is still
Correct.
right?
But
Late game, especially
late
late
game. Yeah.
Right.
But you want this card late game though. You want to make your opponent go to 1 card.
But if you're
Marnie
at
is
one
the big
price,
Huh?
If you're at 1 price,
Yeah, that's the problem.
yeah.
That's the problem.
No, but I think it's a good problem, right?
Yeah, it's a good problem,
And
right.
don't get me wrong, I love Iono and love what she brings to the table.
Yeah.
When this card came out, people started to realize, hey, shit, the playing from behind format is coming back. Right? This is the card that kind of like said, like
kickstarted
made
it
the
back
statement.
then, yeah.
Kickstarted the playing from behind meta, and wow, it's been in almost every single deck of mine. I think I have like something like 20 Ionos, and I still
How many FA do
need
you
more.
have? How many FA? How many the secret rare you have?
I only have 1 secret rare, but I've got a playset. I've got a playset the FAs.
Okay.
So you're talking about how you have to use a supporter to protect yourself from a supporter, right?
That's
I
true.
mean, it's like yeah, okay. Iono proves itself, and don't get me wrong. I think it's a good card. I mean, besides Iono, you can also use it in Lost Box, right? You can literally put the VIP pass and then something at the top, and then it's like, oh look, easy decision. But you're just thinning out your deck efficiently, right? Or even Pokestop.
Yeah.
Right, you could freaking use that card. It's something technician, I think.
Yeah.
Use the card, you put 2 item cards in there, and then you pray that your third item, the third card does an item card.
You can play with Miraidon and then put the 2 lightning energy on top.
It's
I won't be surprised to see that card in the top 5 next year.
that card is really
Top 5
really
card,
good,
but-
but we're not talking about
Yeah,
that.
we're talking about this
Iono.
one. And last year, number 1 card was Marnie. So I'm not actually surprised to see Iono make it up here as well.
That makes sense then.
So I think so my prediction for 2024 best card, I think Iono will still be number 1. That's my guess. But again, we have like 4 sets of like, we don't know what's coming.
Well,
But I'm going to make a bold prediction here.
4 full sets and 2 half sets.
Yeah. My bold prediction is that Iono will still be number 1 next year.
Interesting. I would Agree with you.
I mean, 100% in top 5, but I predict that it will still maintain its number 1 status. A great card that we're going to see for years to come. Yeah,
True,
years, yeah. So let's go into the ranks that everyone's been waiting for. The top 5 best Pokemon of Pokemon cards.
So, who didn't make the cut?
Alright, let's see. Missing out by 1 point. Evan will be very sad with this.
Miraidon.
Yeah. Miraidon EX missed out by 1 point. Some other cards that are close but didn't make it. Giratina V-Star. Very, very sad. My favorite card, Mew VMAX, was very close as well. Just 4 points away.
What card?
Mew VMAX.
What?
Mew shit that, bro. Don't play, Mew shit
Bro,
that.
rotating
See,
soon.
it's not even in the top 5. Shit that, man. Shit that.
Rotating soon, people. I saw someone selling a play set of Mew and Mew VMAX. Right?
Secret,
No, the base
regular
one,
one,
regular one.
yeah.
So you put a play set, $6. I was like, wow.
Hey, buy.
I was like, wow, times have changed.
Buy so I can tell. Sad. I remember VMAX was in the top 5 last
year.
Yeah, top 5 last year. And I know Ruben voted it very high for this one because, again, the winner of Worlds is here.
Yeah, Mew.
Yeah, so I'm shocked that Mew didn't make top 5 because, again, you have to consider the whole year as well.
Our national champion as well.
Yes, we also used Mew.
Mew, yeah.
And brought Mew to get to top 8 of Worlds, right?
5th.
5th place in Worlds. So it's sad to see that, but I'm not surprised because even you see like recency bias wise, Mew is there's very little Mew being played.
No, but the thing is that Mew is still, it's been shown in
even
overseas.
yeah.
People are still playing Mew. It's still a good deck, okay? No matter what nonsense you're on.
Shit that, bro.
Mew is still a good deck. So even though, yes, it didn't make top 5, Mew, okay, what else didn't make the top cut?
Mew, just agree with me that Mew shit that.
What else is this?
Very far back, it's Roy Wood yes got the votes, but like not many. Block Snorlax got some votes as well.
Block Snorlax! I didn't vote, guys. I didn't vote.
Yeah, he actually didn't vote. So I think if he voted, he put number 1, but thankfully didn't. So it didn't skew the votes. I think let's go straight. Yeah, I think another card that was number 1 last year, but totally fell off the ranks like really badly. Arceus Vista. Wow, what a year for Arceus.
I almost forgot about the card.
Yeah, right.
Because you got
Because
forced.
you're stone. Why do you need Arceus
Yeah,
anymore?
you're forced some. Why do I have to use 2 deck slots to find 2 cards when I can have 1 deck slot and just put it on any of my already?
And it doesn't take up a bench slot.
Yeah, it doesn't take up a bench, exactly.
Do you remember early in the year when Cash won the regional with Arceus? Altina, right? I think that was the pinnacle of Arc.
Yeah.
Really, really like heading to Worlds, that was the pinnacle of Arc. And then post Worlds, Arc just slowly like dissipated from the world. Like they don't rarely even see Arc.
No, because you have your large stage 2 EXs right now, which have 300 over HP. Right? It's so much harder to knock them out than to knock your Arceus out.
Yep, correct.
And why would you risk playing with Arceus when you can only attach to V Pokemon? What V Pokemon is currently left, which is still relevant?
Giratina V.
Okay, besides that.
Yeah,
but besides that, okay, maybe Duraludon will see some play, right? You definitely wouldn't pair it with Lugia because it's his own engine. Mew as well.
Yep.
So that's why Arceus is nowhere to be seen.
Spoilers, right? There are no Pokemon V or V Star in the top 5.
No way.
Not a single one.
Well,
all
times
been dropped. Top 5 to change.
Times are changing.
So I'm quite shocked. But okay, let's go straight into the top 5 Pokemon. The card that beat out Miraidon. I can't believe this card actually beat up Miraidon.
Oh, look at this.
What?
I have my lucky charm.
Hey!
A Sableye.
Lost Mine.
What?
What an epic attack. The card that defines Lost Box.
Dude, I kind of wanted to rotate, not gonna lie.
It's gonna be there for 1 more year.
It's gonna be here for 1 more year.
What
But
an insane card.
this card checks so many decks as well.
That's why I'm so happy.
Right.
It's because of cards like this that single prizes are finding it difficult. But because of this card's like supremacy, Pokemon had to print a counter card just for this. Jirachi, which actually made the votes. There were actually a number of people who actually voted for Jirachi as well. But not very high as Sableye.
Man, okay. I mean, as a Sableye abuser myself, in Rachel, Sableye is such a high power card, right? 80 HP is nothing to scoff at.
Yep.
It's not your 70 HP, it's not your 60 HP, which is usually within dealable range, right? Lost Mine, 12, you can spread it anywhere. You can finish off whatever damage Pokemon you have in the front, and then use the existing damage counters to do heavily damage one of the basic Pokemon at the back. You can take multiple prizes with this card, and most importantly, like I said, you can easily gust something up, stall for time, and then just knock out something in the back. This card single-handedly it defines Lost Box.
Yes, correct. I think for me, a good Lost Box player can be determined by how they put the damage counters for Sableye.
Yeah.
Seriously. I think that in itself is an art. I think this card separates the beginner players who play Lost Box and the players who've been playing expert for a long time, like Daguerreo, you know?
Who?
Daguereo.
Daguereo.
Daguereo. What a legend. Let's go to number 4, Gardevoir EX.
Damn!
Love this card. Getting a very nice shiny art next set as well.
This card, I think when it was first released, I was very excited for it.
A lot of people.
I was super
sims for
excited
Gardevoir. These furries.
Okay, I'm not a simp for Guardy, but I was very excited at the ability, right? The ability was Psychic Embrace, able to charge Psychic Entities, and then immediately, I think I messaged you like when the card was announced.
Yep.
I was like, holy shit, Cresselia! Cresselia is gonna be relevant.
Yes.
Mirage Step, Corellia, all these cards which were freaking kept in like our binders, our albums, our box, suddenly became relevant. Right?
The card that I kept nicely, the Refinement Corellia. I knew something with this episode. So, I remember reading an interview with Creatures. I think Creatures designs the Pokemon card game. Like they designed Gardevoir EX knowing that there's a Corellia Refinement. So they were meant to be played together from the very start.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
So I think one thing that we can discuss is Corellia Refinement will get rotated.
No, Mirage Step.
Mirage Step will get rotated.
Mirage Step's getting rotated.
So we got Refinement for one more year.
Yeah, Refinement.
Oh, thank Lord. I also said that if Refinement was okay.
No, we don't lose Refinement.
Another interesting fact, yeah. If we were to include Corellia Refinement in Gardevoir's ranking, because the people actually voted for Corellia Refinement separately,
Okay.
it would be third place.
Oh, wow.
It would have been third place, yeah. If I included Corellia Refinement but separated them.
Of course, they should be
Yeah, it
separated.
should be separated. But this card, I think, is going to power a lot of psychic decks for the next year. It's quite
Next 2 years.
I think even without, I hope they reprint a better Corellia the moment Refinement leaves the format. That's my. I think
Refinement leaves the format or Mirage Step?
Refinement. Mirage Step during the format, I think
it's okay, right?
I think
you don't need.
I think Mirage Step, it was like I like how the Mirage Step at first, like people were saying it's a bad card, and then people started playing it, and then people said it was a bad card, and then Todd started playing it, and everybody said it was a good card. I think Todd could play a Shuckle, and everybody would tell you it was a good card. I'm saying it now. Todd could play a Shuckle, right? Win a tournament, everybody would say it's a good card. So okay, I for me, Mirage Step leaving the format. For me, I'm a bit like, okay, even if it's not around. I mean, it's a fantastic card. I loved it from day one because it reminds me of Frogadier from back then. So I love the card. But even if it's gone, I'll be more sad Refinement is gone.
Yeah, for sure. I think Refinement doesn't need to even work with the Gardevoir deck.
Correct. Refinement is so key.
You can play it in freaking Zora box. You can play it in any kind of single prizes box which doesn't have a designated engine in.
Yep.
Right? Refinement is very, very important. But Refinement, as we've seen in the past with Chinchino, right? Trade is always going to be in the format. So I'm just interested to see which Pokemon they decide to put Trade on the next time around.
Sure. Yeah, you're right. I think now currently it's on the Darkness type Pokemon, right? There's a Trade on it, right? Okay, I can't remember.
Yes, Leopard. But Leopard, I believe, rotates together with Refinement.
Oh, so Corellia is the next one after Leopard, is it?
No, as in they rotate together. They're in the same form.
What's that?
Yeah, because Leopard came out in Brilliant Stars. Corellia came out in Silver Tempest.
If you're wrong, just comment below, okay?
Yeah, I believe that's the case.
So card number 3, the card who beat out Gardevoir by like only 3 points, really. The king, the true king of Lost Box, the engine behind Lost Box. A lot of votes for Comfy. A lot of votes. But from the data, not many number 1 votes. It has a lot of number 2, number 3, number 4 votes and has propelled it straight up to number 3. Yeah.
Well, look, I mean, Comfy is important. There's no lost
hanging
box.
flowers on people is important.
There's no lost box if there's no Comfy.
Correct. This is the card that like start the whole engine. To me, Comfy is a great design. Like I always like when Pokemon design cards that are out of the box. They're not just like I come out, I'm a big guy, I take prizes.
Yeah.
I think building an entirely new engine using the Lost Zone, which was not touched for many years, right? I loved it.
Yeah. I think
It's
you know,
very creative design.
for sure. I mean, I never played the old format of the old Lost Zone, but I remember everyone saying, yeah, Lost Zone, it was the same as the past, no one's gonna play it.
Yeah, so
It's a shit mechanic,
Yeah,
you know,
we had-
you only use it with like one deck.
yeah, we had like 2 Lost Zones in the past. With the when I was playing, the Lost Zone was just like a place that just throw cards there. Nothing. It doesn't do anything. There's no like special effect. Then we had like Gengar from like way back when, which winning condition was a stadium
10.
card. Yeah, you need to have opponents to have 10 Pokemon cards in their Lost Zone. Just play the same, you win the game.
Yeah.
I was hoping they'll have something like that, but I am fine and I'm very happy with the Lost engine right now.
Yeah, I mean, besides Lost, if you look at the Lost engine itself, right?
Yeah.
So you
We
have
got the
Comfy.
complete. We have got the complete now. I mean, there's no more Lost cards going to be printed anymore. I mean, like maybe
We
you
don't
never
know.
Yeah, but okay, we have Comfy. Yes.
Right, so we have Comfy, we have Sableye,
Yep.
we have Chorus,
Yep.
we have Cramorant.
Yep.
These 4 cards, packaged with the other half of the Lost engine,
Yep.
the Mirage Gates, the Lost Vacuums,
Yep.
right, are the core to so many decks that performed well this year.
Yes.
Right, and it's not just Lost Tina
Correct.
that it did well with, right? Lost Box has just exploded, especially in Singapore.
Yeah.
And it's all thanks to cards that go Comfy.
I think we should also don't forget Philippines as well. Like my friend Sky, Lost Zard. They
Yeah.
played Charizard EX
Lost Zard,
using
no
Lost.
Sableye.
Yeah. Fantastic idea. We
Yeah.
really took the tournament there by storm.
Yep. I think even overseas, right? You look at Top Box.
Yeah.
Top Box. What's the core?
Lost. Yeah.
Right. Even before that, Sablezard. What's the core? Lost. Right. And the thing is, you compare Lost Box with almost anything, and it works because it's such a consistent engine.
Correct.
So really huge props to Creatures for this design. Comfy, I think, was definitely going to be impacting the meta for the
another
next year.
So if I were to combine the votes for Comfy,
Sableye.
Sableye, and Cramorant, just these 3 alone, it would be number 1. But I don't know if I should make Lost Box as a package to be next year or just stay as is. I'm not sure. But yeah, by putting it separately, it does split the votes, so it gives it more points as well.
Yeah.
So maybe if you put it as a Lost Box package, it might not be as high. We don't know that.
True.
Might be as 3rd place as well. Like this could be. We never know.
True.
So I don't know if I want to do that next year.
We'll see.
We'll make that a 2024 Nicholas problem. Let's go into number 2. Okay, this card, before we go into it, has the most number of number 1 votes. So I
Interesting.
was shocked that it did not make number 1. It has the most number 1 votes.
What is it?
Radiant Greninja. It also made top 5 last year, I believe.
Greninja was in so many decks.
And is still in so many decks.
Is still in so many decks. I mean, throughout the whole of 2023, right?
Yeah.
You've got it in literally, I think, every key deck was playing Greninja.
Yep.
I can't think, because basically everyone wants to make use of the Radiant mechanic, right?
Yeah.
So besides Lugia, right, who played it with Zarina.
Yep.
Besides Sablezard,
To play Radiant.
who played the Radiant Zard, I think everyone else was playing it with Greninja. And why? Because it's such an easy draw engine.
Yep.
You have this card and, oh look, I can just throw an energy card and draw 2. It doesn't even have to be basic energy.
And it works so well with so many other decks. Like you want Gardevoir needs energy in this card pile.
Yeah.
You want Roaring Moon needs energy in this card pile.
Shenpao
Needs
needs
energy.
energy in this card pile. So
Palkia
Palkia wants energy
Yeah.
in this card pile.
So Greninja
And it's not only the ability that's good.
is the attack as
The
well.
attack is just
Insane.
insane. This card 2 energy 90-90. Right? This card is why Mana Fee got printed.
Yeah.
This
This
is
is
the
the reason. Yeah. I know.
Oh no, Mana Fee got printed
because
first.
of Rapid Strike Uchifu. Yeah. And yeah, carry on. Yeah, that. But yeah, but still, this card is too godlike. Like the moment that attack and that ability, it's gotta be the greatest card. So the moment I saw this cool black Greninja, I needed to collect it in every language possible, which I did.
Nice.
Yeah, collected in every language possible. I love the art for this card as well. It's just seeing it on the board makes me happy. But seeing the Moonlight Shuriken come out and a bit scary. Getting the attack also is not so difficult. You got Mirage Gate, you got Palkia, I've seen the Roaring Moon Turbo recently with the energy switches. then suddenly you're ready for Moonlight
Have you
Striker.
seen manual attach 3 times, then Moonlight Striker for the win?
Oh.
Yeah, it happened to me.
What happened to you? Then we cancelling Cologne in format, allow you to like cancel the ability of mana fee inactive and then go straight for a double knockout. This thing can take games on its own.
Exactly.
Really, really insane. Okay, I bet you can guess what's number 2, right? I mean, no, the number 2 best Radiant.
Mozart.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's clear as day. Do you believe that anyone voted for any other Radiant?
Yes. Either Sneasler or Zarina.
Okay, that's your guess, right?
Yeah.
We only have one vote for one other Radiant. And it was Radiant Jirachi. Don't ask me why.
Oh! Yeah, I completely forgot Jirachi.
But only one person voted for another Radiant and it was Jirachi. So the only three Radiant that appeared in our votes this season were Greninja, Charizard, and Jirachi. Charizard is quite... I thought there were a few Charizard. I've seen it, but they were always ranked like 4 or 5. So like not many high points, but a lot of number ones. If we were only going through like the most popular number 1 votes, Greninja would have won number 1.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
But I think the card that got number 1 here, well deserved. Well deserved. A card that has like really, really impacted the format. Charizard EX. Whew, what a nice art, man. Pick this art, very nice. Infernal Rain is insane. Burning Darkness is a great attack for only 2 energy. I don't know what Pokemon was smoking, but I think they were thinking in their seats. I think it's finally time that we printed a good Charizard card. I think it's been a while since we did. I think we've never printed a good Charizard card.
Let me ask you. If Charizard EX's attack was 2 fire, 1 colorless, would it still be good?
Actually, if based on the ability, it'd still be okay.
Yeah.
It'll be
right?
okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think
it can search 3 basic fire.
Exactly.
But the fact that it can search 3 basic fire and only needs 2 energy makes it really
broken.
crazy.
It makes it just absolutely broken.
Yeah.
Like
It's
I don't
so
know
insane.
why they thought like this was okay.
Yeah.
This is clearly not okay.
You know, when this card came out, I immediately took my Mew VMAX and unsleeved it. really, I took my Mew VMAX and unsleeved it. I thought it was over. Why did they print such a broken card? Okay, I have my theories. It's just over the moon, far-fetched, eat like a table.
Silver tinfoil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I feel like this Charizard, like they finally printed a good Charizard because of how Pokemon is now. It's like there's so many more fans, so many people getting into the card game, and then people want to hit like Charizards, So they're thinking, how can we print like a card that people want to buy, no matter what it is. So they printed a card that not only the collectors want, players want as well.
Yeah. And
Because really, I don't remember a Charizard like being so good in the format since Veshizard. And before Veshiram Charizard, again, I've never seen Charizard like for like billions.
how are the megas?
No one played Mega Charizard. Really, it's just like 300 damage. It's like so strong, but you need 5 energy to attack or something like that.
Damn. Yeah. I mean, this
really fast. This is insane.
This is one of the first fire type Pokemon I've seen that only requires 2 energies to attack.
Technically, it's darkness type, so technically it's darkness type.
But you get what I mean.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Right.
I also like the whole Terra type thing because I'm a fan of Delta species.
I'm a fan too, man.
Yeah, I've never played Delta species, but I just like seeing the Pokemon in different types. I mean, the card game can do that, right?
Yeah.
And I think when I saw the Terra Pokemon in Scarlet Violet, I was very excited to see a pseudo Delta species thing, and they've delivered it right here. I just hope that one day the Terra ability is a little different. Like we got different kinds of Terra abilities. That's my hope for
my
year.
prediction for next year. Stellar type is gonna have a different Terra ability.
Oh, it's in the turtle thing, is it?
No, do you know that you can Stellar type anyone? So anyone can become a Stellar
What's
type.
What's a stellar type? There's 4 people who don't
Okay,
play
for people who don't play the game,
Yeah,
Stellar
video
type
game.
is basically every type.
Huh?
So in
It's a
the
rainbow
game,
type.
the mechanic, right, is that your Pokemon, in terms of what weakness it receives,
Yep.
right, is the same. So for example, Charizard,
Yeah,
right, if I
it'd be
make it a
fire.
Stellar type, right, it will still be weak to like water.
Okay.
Okay, but every attack that Charizard attacks has stab, right? And stab, for those that are not familiar, is basically your base power times 1.5, right?
Okay.
So basically, all your attacks, so instead of hitting for let's say 100,
Yep.
will hit for 150 power.
Oh. Okay,
Okay.
so what's the downside to Stellar?
There is no downside
What?
because it's you can only do. I mean, it's a Terra type, right? So in the Pokemon game, you can only Terra stylize one Pokemon.
So why?
So the downside of not making it, or the downside of making it Stellar and not like a Terra Dark, right?
Yeah.
Is that Dark changes your weakness.
Oh, okay.
Stella
okay.
doesn't.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Right,
Alright,
so you
alright.
hit harder, but it doesn't change the core Pokemon itself. So it doesn't like make you resistant to water, for example.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'd be very curious to see how they'll do Terra type. Maybe
Stella.
Stella type. Maybe they'll do like the ability will be like you can use any energy to attack with, but the weakness will still be the same.
yeah,
Could be
potentially, yeah. It'll also be interesting to see if they are gonna make Stellar type Pokemon. I'll be very excited because anyone can be Stellar type. That's the
Yeah.
cool part about it.
So get ready for 2024 Charizard Stella type.
Nah, I don't think so. They've already done Charizard once. I don't think they'll do Charizard again.
Are you sure? Are you sure? They could. Why if they could print money for free out of cardboard? Why won't they print money for free out of cardboard?
Because there's so many other Pokemon which are popular too. Pikachu is definitely gonna get Stellar type.
Yeah, for sure. And
Right.
Charizard. Who else? Who else popular? It's gonna be
Press
Charizard.
Press X it out, but we'll see.
Okay,
It's gonna be
Charizard.
someone who doesn't already have a card, I think.
Okay, how about Charizard's ranking next year? What do you think?
Well, it really depends on how the metagame is gonna shift out.
Yeah,
But the thing is
the
that
whole like all these new future and like
ancient Pokemon,
ancient Pokemon.
and then on top of that, the potential introduction of Stellar typing, with the
Yeah.
potential A-spec cards. We're not sure how the format's gonna change because Pokemon, I think, is very much affected. The ranking of Pokemon is very much affected by the meta.
Yeah, correct.
Right? It's not like I don't know where if that's a staple, it's gonna be forever popular. Or like Nestball, it's staple, it's forever gonna be popular. But for Charizard, I think the thing that we need to question, right, is how relevant is Dark type gonna be?
Yep.
Alright. The attack is forever gonna be relevant, right?
Yep,
That
yep.
attack is still strong. The ability is gonna be strong. But I think the question is there gonna be a faster Pokemon? So that means at stage 1,
Yep.
maybe that can hit as hard as this Charizard, then we're never gonna see Charizard again.
True.
Right?
True.
But I think the card at its core is very, very good.
Yep.
I think we'll see there's a lot of flexibility inherently because there's so many Manders and so many millions around. So the base evolutions for these two, for this guy is gonna be fine.
Yep.
And we're definitely, just gonna see play, especially with Path Gun.
Oh right, yes. I wouldn't be surprised if it's in the top 5, but I would be surprised if it's number 1. I noticed that Pokemon always wants to print the next big thing. Yeah, so I won't be surprised if it drops rank, but seeing it now, I think at this point, it is at the pinnacle of popularity.
Yeah, and I
Especially
think
after winning that last regional.
whoever was on the fence of picking up 4 Charizards, right? I think don't be on the fence. Just get your Zards now.
Yeah.
Whilst Obsidian Flame is still printed. If not, it's gonna be hard for you to find your Zards in the future.
I mean, there's already a box where you can just get in the entire line.
Yeah.
You can just get that.
Yep.
Or you can wait till the next set and get the 4 shiny ones.
I'm
There's
gonna,
a tin, right? I believe there's a tin as well. There's the
there's
regular
a
FA shiny.
shiny,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's very accessible.
It
In
is,
fact,
it
for
is.
a card that's number 1 ranked most popular card, it's actually a very accessible card.
Yes, it is.
You can't tell me to go and find like Lost Box package like that
Nope.
easily now.
Nope.
So yeah, if you compare like the Lost Box came out like how many years ago already now? More than a year plus, right? 1 year plus.
1 year.
So yeah, yes.
1 year and a bit.
Heed Bryan Quah's advice, heed the regional finalist advice, and get your Charizards. We don't get any commission from you buying the Charizard, by the way.
No, you can purchase it from Goodness Gracious Games. I think it's just $50.
Yeah, but we still will not get commission from that. Okay, we still
yeah.
don't get any commission.
All right.
Right, so I'm looking forward to 2024. Looking forward to the new season, and looking forward to seeing Mr. Quah at Hawaii 2024. He says
Yeah,
no.
y'all have
he
too much
says no,
faith.
but we all believe in him. We believe in the regional final. Just win the next regional. That's it. That's all you need to do.
As if it's so easy.
You can do it. Until then, see you guys next time.
Catch
Bye
you guys.
bye.